Yeah, so I would like to start with the Capgemini interview question. So you can see here that is a Capgemini invite call for the Capgemini interview. So you can see Capgemini.com and the person I had the name, the person, but you can see the invite for the interview as well. So let's jump into the question for that. Hello guys, I have like total 6 years of experience in Angular uh, and front-end side. So I have worked at different technology and different industry and different currency. So I give you the my experience and knowledge, share the knowledge. So you can, if you follow that my videos, please do like and subscribe my channel so I get motivation. I so make I related to this kind of video because guys I put a lot of effort. So please do hit like and subscribe my channel, and also please uh, ask any joining onboarding all the related to query of the Capgemini interview. So I really happy to help you guys. Okay, so let's start with the question. So, yeah. So the very first question you can see they ask console.log. Let's jump into the compiler and look into that. So what was the debug value? That is, you can see the that will return the Jyoti value. Right? So what the JavaScript will print in that case, right? That is like that is like OR operator, right? You know, and OR operator. So that is a truth value. So JavaScript, what you will do, they will print true, right? Truth value. Even does not look the false value. So what was the output for that? That is true. Sure. Let's figure that. Then you can see the output is true. Yes. Go to the next question. So in the next question, you can see they ask big N of 2 greater than 1. Right? So what JavaScript will do? That is a big int, right? Big int. And one is a number. Right? So what they compare? Right? So obviously in the race, if you compare the rational operator, right? Rational number. Rational number means rational comparison, right? Greater than equal to that is all this, right? Obviously, the big end is always greater than big end. Means you can change any number, right? Like two and one, two, three, four, right? And multiple of two. Yeah. So it will always greater than one, right? Because if you see uh, 2 into 1, right? For example, 2 into 2. En is a natural number, right? You can put anything, right? Like 8, 7, whatever the number is there. So that is always greater than 1, right? Because if that is 1 is finite number. What is infinite number, right? So what was the output for that? It is true, right? So let's go jump into the one and jump. Right? You can see that is right. And if you do that, right, greater than one, that is going to be false. False. So you understood the concept, right? So let's jump into the next question. So what was the next question is that you can see there is a triple equal to operator. We compare and we compare after that false value, right? Console dot log and false, right? So stick comparison times means different times, right? So if you compare with false, no? So what was that? Stick comparison of string. That is a string value, right? So what was that? That is string value and compared to triple equal to, right? So it will lose cohesion, right? Lose cohesion means different type. That is right. So so that is false and string, right? So what was that? That is if you compare two different position, right? Means you can compare string with false boolean, right? So it will always give you the false. That is for this, right? And for that, what was that? If you zero. So compare with zero with what was that in the convert into string when you comparing the double equal to, right? So what they will convert into this into the zero, right? String into the zero and equal to false also converted as a zero, right? So in that case it will print as a true, right? When comparing string, right? Into equal to, right? So in that case, it will be you true. So let's run with compiler and check where you can see false and true, right? In the second, you understood the concept, right? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Right? Okay, let's jump into the next question. So you can see here that console.log operator, right? So what was that? You can see the plus operator. Plus operator means it will uh, okay. So what was that string concatenation, right? Plus means. So what that will do? That will concate with you can see plus six, right? So six and concate with six, right? So what will be that concrete string, right? So it will be print as 66, right? In that case, 6, right? So what that do, right? So that will, if you any string has a 6, right? So it will convert as a In the above, you can see, right, that will convert as a 6 and concatenate with 6, right? So it will 66 plus operator into plus 6, right? So it will change as a 6, right? 6 plus 6, right? So in that case, it will 12, right? Let's run and check, right? 66 and 12, right? You understood the concept. Let's go for the next question. So in first case, right, what let values equal to null and console dot log the value, right? So valid identify value is null and output is null, right? So what was that? Sorry. So in the first case, output is null, you because it will a valid identity file, right? And in that case, it is not you can see my and word, right? So that is a not valid identifier, right? So you will get the syntax error, right? At parse parse time, because that value is not a valid identifier. My hyphen and so that is not a valid identifier, right? So let's check, right? So you can see unexpected token, right? Syntax error, right? iPhone. It is not a valid identifier. So you can see that it will give you the error, right? But in that case, will print as a null. Understood? Okay, let's jump into the next question. So what was the first output? Yeah, let for and bar I love JS split, right? So what split do array character, right? So it will print as a destructured, right? How will define a destructure, right? So split what split do, that will we convert as a like that. I love love similarly I will love right? Like that they split off, right? So what is the four? Four is first value of that, right? So what is the output of the four? Output of the four is I. right? And what was the output of the bar? That you can see the space, right? So it will print as a empty string. Let's see how you can see empty string output. Huh? So that will split is two. Let's jump into the next question. Okay. So what was the next question is that you can see like X, AX, 1 and 2 and 3, right? And after that, let RAES, A is double down, and console.log RE response, right? So that is a common operator. Each value expression left to right return the last value, right? Expression left to right return the last value. So no matter what the expression written, so the common operator evaluate each expression left to right. Left to right is it will express, right? And it will print uh, the last value written the no matter what the expression x is, right? So what was the that in that last value what was that in that that is 3. So output will be 3. So let's check, right? You understood the concept. Whatever the expression is, it will always get in the last value. Let's jump into the next question. So that is empty array 5. This right. So what was the conical numeric index? Right, 5. Right. So it will set to be the 5 conical array index, right? And become so conical numeric index is 5. So it will return as a 5, right? 5 output conical index, right? And there is plus 1. Right? Length become the highest index plus 1. So first of all, it will return as a 5 conical index, right? And set to be 5 and array length become the highest index plus 1. Highest index means 5 and plus 1. So what was the length of the array? That is a 6. If there is anything like that, let's say uh, 8, right? And here is 8. Hmm. So 8 plus 1 is 9. 8 plus 1 is equal to 9. So what was the value of that? Is it will return as a 9. Understood that concept, right? Similarly, question is that so there is some little bit trick in there, right? So set to be it will set array conical of the that it will set to be 11, right? And 11 plus 12. 11 plus 1 is equal to 11 plus 1 is equal to 12. Right? So what was the length of that? 12, 12, 12, right? So, So value did not fill into the jump, right? So you can see still the output is that well. Don't confuse with colon JS, right? You see that is output is wrong. Okay. Let's jump into the 10th question. So here you can see negation of the any operator negation is right. So that will be truthy, right? Truthy of that. So in both case you will get false false because it's not operator of any value. So in both cases you will get false false false. So 11 question, let's go into that. So here you can see none. Yeah. So what none triple equal index of the none. Yeah. So what was the output for that? In that none case, none equal to none. Yeah. So what was the output is minus one for that. Right? Because it will compare, right? Strict equality, none is equal to false. So it would find it, right? It won't find it. So it will return output as minus one. And in that case, array defined log the index, right? Undefined is equal to undefined is equal to true. So index is zero. So what was the output for that? Right? Zero. So let's check. Okay. First of all, run first. You can make them, I think, AIR1 because counts already declared, no? Right? Minus one in G. Understood that concept, right? If you have any doubt, you can ask me. So let's jump to the next question. Right? So hello. So let's S is equal to hello world while S is equal to W, right? Zero index is equal to zero. What was that? So so you know the string mutation, right? Writing to S0 is ignored, right? So it will directly print that output. If you done that, so that way you can know that line string notation. Let's jump to the next question. So you can see this yes plus 3 plus, right? So what they will do, they will look like that parse as S plus and postfix, right? A higher precedent than plus, right? Postfix. So what was that? To they will convert into yes. What was the and one one plus one, right? So output is country to postfix, right? Higher precedent. Shape. Yeah, purple is considered. Which you the question. So that is little bit tricky of the question. Let's I explain that part. So you can see, so the integer are larger than the number dot max safe dot integer. So okay. So at that size, right? If we 7.4 rounded mean multiple nearby the same double value, right? So in that case, you will get so uh, you can see here is same 17 and 17. 17 number is here, 17 number is, but their difference is 3, right? So that will round off the same, right? If we change anything, 1 to all this, right? All will, anything you can change, right? 7, 8, 9, 10. In all case, you will get to less run first and check. Because that will the, at the size of that, right? If we found, it will convert as a like same round of the same value, right? Instead of you can change anything, right? Here you can change 9, still you will get to uh, not here. The, and if you change into the word, you say false. Okay. After the 3, I think that will be not round off and that will be changed. In that case, rounding off means multiple nearby the integer. So max number, I think to 009, I think 991. But this is larger than the max safe integer. Hmm. Okay, that rule is, uh, I tell you, rule is that if you like 1111, right, and the and, right, the and 2n is given you true. After the 3n, right, it will give you the false, I think. That is a rule. But below that, if you change as a to right, so it will give you the true. But after the 3, it will change, right? After the, if you print as a 5, anything, right, it will be false. So rule is that. If you compare the nearby, that will give you all true. Let's go into jump to the last question of the JavaScript side. So you can see what was that little bit some if you know the operator, right? Ternary operator, this is use condition here. So 0 is the falsing, right? So it will pick as a 1, right? And what was the is a true? It will pick is a 0, right? So output is 1 and 0. 1 and 0. Understood? Okay. Because it is the falsy, and that is one is truthy, right? So falsy means it will pick as a one, and for truthy means it will pick as a 0 percentage, and that is the second method. So in the Angular section, they asked me what was the EV, right? How to improve the performance compared to right view engine. So EV is the Angular next generation rendering engine, right? Integration line in Angular 9. So improvement overall view engine at smaller bundle size, we will generate a highly optimized JavaScript, reduce the bundle size, right? Faster the compilation, Angular template into the efficient TypeScript code, better debugging and incremental round, right? Use reshaping and generate DOM instructor instead of the famous specify structure. So that is the benefit of the Angular EV. Right? Well, so what was the difference between the NG on init constructor? Constructor for the first right when a class is still created, it will use so dependency injection initialization. You can any services you make you can initialize in the constructor, right? Okay. NG on init it's basically NG like the loop method, right? There is a life cycle loop method, NG destroy, NG do check, NG. So this kind of so it will call after the constructor, right? In a slice component with of properties. First a constructor call and after that engine unit call, right? That is order the execution. So you can take that thing. And third person they ask for soul of the NG zone in the so Angular use the just the same case operation that say down about anything or if you change anything, right? Detection automatically it will tell you. So that is the example I give. Okay? Or you can use the NG zone. uh, what was the benefit of the NGO on seven? It will prevent unnecessary code change detection, right? So that will improve your performance. NGO and bring the code inside the inlet zone and update UI. So help you improve the reducing extra detection cycle. Yeah. The fourth question they ask the difference between the view child and content and view child. What was the view child? View child access the element inside the component home template, right? But in the content child access element projected using the ng content projected component. So here you can see I give the example of inside the element component home template, right? And here the ng content. And fifth question, they ask the difference between behavior and subject, right? So subject does not store the current value, but behavior subject will uh, store the current value. So how would I give you the example also? You can use that one. And second question, they ask lazy loading, but it will load only there is a required component. Just like that, you have the product page anything, right? And you have large size application, right? Provided your billing caching. You want on the load of your home page, only the product detail is appear, not a rest of that. So in that case, you can use the legible thing. How you can load, you can see here admin bar load channel. Here you can give the path. So benefit of that is modern decisions when the first startup improve performance large app, right? So in eight question, they ask the reactive form template, completely very common. Reactive form will be defined using the directive NG model, NG form, good for this model. But the reactive form is that is controlled form to better for the complex validation. Just like that, you have the complex form validation. In that case, you can use now question data services. For example, what was the data services? Here you can see like with example, you can component output, right? 10% they ask about the interceptor, what was the interceptor, right? How you can use. So authentication, authorization, or you can use tokenization, this kind of thing classes made for how. So you can give with the example. Okay. So that's it, guys. Thank you. Please do like and subscribe my channel for more related content. Yeah, thank you.